He says, three things will never allow a Muslim's heart to be corrupted. And this is what we want. We want to have a healthy heart. A heart that would qualify us to meet Allah Azza wa Jalla on the Day of Judgment without any doubt, without any sin, that would allow us to enter paradise without any accountability. So these three characteristics, if you ensure that you have them in your heart will never be corrupt. It would never have or carry any grudges, and it would never betray. And this is what the word of the hadith means. The first thing is sincerity in deeds for Allah. And of course, the essence of Allah, the essence of Islam is to be sincere to Allah in whatever you do. Allah does not accept your deeds unless you have two conditions fulfilled. One, that you do these deeds for His sake. Two, that you comply with the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and you do not innovate. If one of the two conditions is not fulfilled, you're doomed and your deeds are rejected. Now, this needs episodes, but we don't have the luxury to do this. Ikhlas, sincerity, doing your deeds for the sake of Allah is the cornerstone of your ibadah. If you don't have it, if you're doing it to show off, if you're doing it to get more followers and more thumbs up and people talk about you, you're doomed. Always fight to purify your heart and to fill it with sincerity. Number two, advising the leaders of the Muslims. And this is one of the attributes, the most honorable attributes that the heart of a Muslim individual could have. Advising the Muslim leaders. It's an indication that you love goodness for the Muslims, for their leaders, for the public. And this is a sign of Iman. Tamim al-Dari, may Allah be pleased with him, said, the Prophet ﷺ said, the deen, the religion, is nasiha, is advice or sincerity. It can mean both meanings. So we said, advice to whom? So the Prophet said, ﷺ, to Allah, meaning you have to be sincere to Allah, to His book, to His messenger, and to the leaders of the Muslims and their common folk. So you advise them and be sincere to them. And Ibn al-Athir, may Allah have mercy on his soul, says, advice. It is a phrase that you can describe so many things with, but essentially it is wanting goodness to the one you're giving advice to. And there's no single word that can fit this huge meaning. When you advise someone, why do you do this? Very simple. I want goodness to come his way. And this is why we should always be careful. When someone gives us an advice, not to take it offensively and not to be offended by it. Don't think that he's attacking you. He wants goodness for you. His intention is between him and Allah. Take what is good and leave what is bad. Ibn al-Qayyim says, when you have advice, you cannot have grudges, corruption, and betrayal, because it's totally opposite of these three. So whoever, Ibn al-Qayyim goes on to say, whoever gives advice to the leaders, to the imams, to the rulers, and to the public at large, then his heart is purified from such grudges, corruption, and hatred, and betrayal. Then the Prophet says, alayhi salatu wasalam, thirdly, and staying with their congregation, with the jama'ah, with the community, with the ummah. And Ibn al-Qayyim says, this is a clear sign that your heart has no evil, no corruption, no hatred, and no grudges. When you are with the congregation and refusing to be rebellious or to abandon them. Because when you are with the congregation and you give them advice and you love them and you love goodness for them, then you love goodness for yourself. And that would mean that your heart is purified. Ibn al-Qayyim says, this is totally different to those who take sides and leave the congregation and the jama'ah. Totally different for those who poke Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah and look down upon them, resent them, criticize them, like the Rafidah does, like the Khawarij, like the Mu'tazilah. All of these, they have their hearts filled with hatred, feelings of vengeance, betrayal. That's why you find the Rafidah the furthest from all people from sincerity, and the most corrupt against the Muslim rulers and the Ummah at large, and the furthest from the Jama'ah of the Muslims. This is the testimony of the Prophet ﷺ. This is the testimony of the Ummah. And this is what they testify against themselves. Never ever there was an enemy of Islam except they would support him. And they would stand shoulder to shoulder with him. They would give him advice against the Ummah.